So as the title says, it's some Saturday morning mining. So we've been playing around with doing some live streams of Minecraft, and I guess probably doing some streams of more stuff as we go forward. But I figured, as I actually managed to get this out there and get my voice on it now, and I have nothing to do for an hour because I've done the washing of the clothes way advanced of time, I thought I'll piss around for a little while, do a bit of mining, and figured I might as well go live. Now, one of the things I'm looking at today, and again, for anyone who is watching this now or will watch it later, a severe lack of skills in any gaming. However, bloody love this game. Massively relaxing. But yeah, no real talent in it. I don't think you're ever going to see any high-level gaming in this. I just kind of like repetitively axing through stone, and then sometimes, every now and again, building something. And again, my buildings aren't necessarily splendid, but yeah, I have some fun. So I figured I'd do it on here. Right. I think Stu has done this before, done a little kind of tour, but I guess it's probably worth showing people what my house looks like. And of course, this is my house in game, not my house in real life. Slightly different in real life. A lot less pink glass in real life. No flowers, because I would murder every single flower that ever was in a garden. Got a little vegetable patch going, which I'm not happy about. I need to sort this out. That'll be a task for the coming streams. Out here, built a little fishing jetty, although in theory going to try and live my life in this world not eating meat, so I think the fishing jetty is a bit wasted, although you can see on my hotbar there is meat. I'm working on the veggie diet now. Out on this side got another little jetty which has a spooky portal to the nether realm, and I won't be going in there today. Probably not going in there much. Oh god, see, OCD, there's a little gap there. I need to get some dirt. I can't have gaps in my walls. Where are we? Dirt. No dirt. Right, I'll get some dirt and fill that in. The house is functionally useless. It looks pretty. I do have all my crafting tables here, and my storage, but this is just stuff that I built because I could, with no idea really what it is or what it does. So a lot of work kind of needs to go on here. But this is the only thing that is quite decent. An enchanting table for making my gear better, although trying to build my level up at the moment so that it's worth doing. Then we have the cheeky second floor, which has nothing in it apart from torches. Maybe one day I'll start kitting this area out, but don't know if what. And then upstairs is a bedroom. Very unexciting bedroom, but necessary. What we got? Not much else in the grounds of the house. Just was the size it was because I got obsessed with building this wall. Love building walls. And out here, this is just the jetty that comes out into the real world. And in the real world, I've got my little area which is my forest. This I used to sort of gather wood, although obviously very tired last night when I was playing because I didn't replant trees, but that's just for a bit of resource gathering. I know there's smarter ways. There's farms you can build that automate it, and maybe I'll get there, but that takes away the pleasure of hitting the same button over and over again, which I love. Flowers, don't think they look good, but they exist, so. The back door, as I think of it, with a like kind of little bridge over to what was or is the mine. I'm not going to go down there. It's bloody massive. I get lost. As you can see, when I said I've got an obsession with repeatedly pressing the same button, this right here demonstrates how much I love doing that. But we'll come back to the mine in a minute. And last but by no means least, in a little tour of my surrounding area. Side door, and this is our lovely friend Kenny's house. Bless, it's lovely to have a neighbour, especially a neighbour that I like. And I guess whenever I dip into these streams, I will come over and have a look at his house because he's constantly building. And I am quite liking his tiered approach to it. Some might say an eyesore and bringing my property value down, but who am I to judge? Oh, turtle. Right, now, as I say, this was the mine. And I will do something with it. I'll probably continue to gut that out at some point, but for anyone who saw my test streams, you would have seen this, but this is my new mine. Horribly ugly oblong building, which is something I need to work on, is my building skills, but I created a nice swanky new mine down there, but again, not mining today because I've got a big problem in this game, and that is storage. Because I mine so much, I filled up most of my storage crates in this house, so I figure it's time to actually do something so that I don't have to worry when I spend more time than any sane human being should do, digging and digging and digging. And I think what I'm going to need is some wood. Don't really know what I'm going to build yet, but I've got something in my head that is probably going to look very ugly, but be somewhat satisfying. Right, sapling. Look, this is my problem. I've got nowhere to put stuff. And I know I could just build more crates, but I don't want to jam this house full of crates. In fact, I want very little in the way of crates in this house at all. And also, I want to sort this shit out better. Got little bits and bobs of all sort all over the place. Oh, there's some dirt though. I'm taking that. So I can fill in my OCD gap. Do-do-do-do. Boop, boop. Tell you what I might need to do is I figure I'll build my storage thing near where the mine is, because I've probably been bringing a lot of stuff up from there, so it might actually be worth building some crates near that. Now, my horrific memory I cannot remember how I build crates. I don't want crafting table. What the hell are they called? Chest. Chest. Yeah, as I say, I don't think I'll be on here long. I don't think I'll do anything necessarily mind-boggling, but shit, I'm sitting here doing now. Thought I might as well jump on. Right, yep, chest, so I just need some planks. Oh man, inventory management. Need to find a slot somewhere before I can make these. Two E should do. I don't need tons. For non-Minecraft players, the sun's going down, so we'll soon hit night time. So this is where the ghosts and ghoulies, the zombies, and all the bad things come out. So you're probably best not being out at night time. But I shall shoot over to here, put a couple of chests into here to tide me over for dumping stuff, have a kip, and then try and figure out where I'm going to build this thing. And I guess, probably more importantly, what this thing is going to be. All right, pop down the mine. Hugely satisfying digging out this mine. This will be mine shaft 2, the higher one. Started on it, but haven't really done much yet. And this is the main mine shaft. And again, weirdly uniform along here, although I haven't finished digging out all the uniformity. But it's been quite decent. Got a lot of the good materials, the stuff that you need to do bigger crafting. But let's get back up the stairs. I also kind of want to build something here, like a minecart, so I don't have to run up and down these stairs. Just like real life, kind of just want to be chauffeured around, really. Right, so I figure I could build something around here. Obviously up here is kind of adjoined to the mine. You can see down there there's a second entrance to the mine. I have considered digging this bit out and having it right close to that, but that's a lot of bloody effort. My fear with doing it around here is that it's so close to that building that I'll get annoyed and think, I wish I had more space. And everything further out these ways, it just feels like I'm going too far away from my actual house. I want everything relatively close. So maybe there's something around here. Again, no, too close to that house. I did consider building something out of the water, building some sort of tower, and then, I don't know, building it on top of the tower, but water is a bit of a pain in the balls to actually traverse through. It does slow you down quite a bit, but I like the idea of it. But let's see. Let's just get rid of some stuff for a minute. There are tools to help do this a bit quicker, but I don't think I'll be mucking around in the dirt for too long, so I'm not going to bother. Feels like a waste of resource when you can just do this. And again, fits my relaxing, just pressing the same button over and over again trick. Right, so now one of the worries, I guess, about building on top of this is, as you can see, there's not a lot underneath it, but it might be stable enough. Let's clear this tree. So yeah, no real expertise in this building, but what I figure I'd do is I'd place down some dirt blocks to try and get a shape of a building that I might like. Fiddle with that, because that's, as I say, that's tiny resource, and then if I can find a shape of a building I like, then just crack on. Got to do some work around dyeing. And when I said this might be a horrific view for everyone, I kind of like the idea of making it multicoloured. I don't know why, but I was figuring I could dye like wood for the exterior, wood on the inside, get some dyed concrete down on the floor to have a different pattern on the floor, and possibly even try and dye the grass in the surrounding area. And I guess that's one of the prompts for wanting something a little bit with some space to kind of branch out. Right. Get the old chopper out. pick some of this stuff up, so I will dump some shit in the chest. Don't think I need any cobblestone at the moment. I could probably get rid of that dirt as well, because I'm probably going to amass a load. Oh, I've actually got some good stuff in here as well. I better be careful not to die. Flowers. An egg stolen from a wolf kill. There's no killing done here. Let's pick up all this stuff. That's something I need to get better at. Doing stuff with apples. I figure that's my vegetarian life right there. Ooh. Filling it in. Is it wise to fill in a mine? Probably not. But as I've already got a mine that I'm using that I like, I figure this area can be better used for building location-wise. And weirdly enough, a lot of this stuff I'm doing now is going to seem like a massive exercise in futility at some point. I'm probably going to have to dig it up again to lay my multicoloured grass. I can't believe I'm even saying that out loud. But talking about the purpose of Minecraft and what I like about it, again, I'm still a bit unsure. I'm not entirely sure why I like it as much as I do, but part of it is this. Part of it is just the digging, the putting stuff back down again. Well, exercise in futility. Right. For anyone who's got any philosophies out there, possibly, it's a perfect in-game small view of life. Moving things from the left of a table to the right of the table for no real purpose or no real help of anyone. Just to feel like you're doing something. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to do some sorting out there. In fact, let's do that now. Let's fill this in. I was thinking, do I want that granite? So I was wondering whether I was going to build in that, but it's just a gross colour. But I'm thinking, and again, this could look fucking horrible, but I'm thinking like a combination of dyed wood and dyed bricks. Probably been dumb doing it that way, because I think it's going to take me a lot of time and a lot of resources to actually be able to do this stuff. But again, partly, I guess why I play the game is setting myself stupid little challenges that, as they mean nothing in the real world, but get a bit of a sense of achievement that I actually bothered to deliver on it. Yeah, as for the streaming, as I say, like it's something me and Stu talked about a bit. I just think it's something we both play games a lot, different times of the day, and certainly Mid does as well. But I don't know. Often while I'm playing a game, I just think talking on here is no more hassle. It might be fun, and so far, it seems alright. So let's do it. But I don't really, again, know what the long-term purpose is for it. But I think, while we're trying different things, it's getting us used to using some of the tools that there are here that will probably help out with doing stuff on the podcast or special episodes for the podcast, which seems like a decent idea to me. But I think generally, if I am going to stream, it will probably be later at night. I do try and avoid sleeping at all costs. And the house is quieter at that time of the night. I'm not annoying Andrea. I'm not having her thinking that I'm talking to her constantly, when instead I'm just playing a game or talking to nobody on here. But as I say, Saturday morning, Andrew's gone out for a walk. The only task I was set was to put the clothes wash on, which I managed to do. I say managed to do, like I'm an idiot, but done that. It's out, it's on the dryer. I figure I've got an hour to kill. What better way to kill than doing a bit of Minecraft? And I guess that is one of the selling points for the game, is that as much as I could lose hours on here doing things like this, exciting things like this, I could also switch it off at any second. So, there's no definitive, you need to be on here for a certain amount of time. I guess old school mentality wise, there's no like, oh, I need to get to the level or I need to get to a save point. You can stop at any time. And as I say, probably when I've got a short bit of time to kill, very much suits me from a gaming habit point of view from that side. Right, the sun's going down. I'll see if I can clear this patch before having a kip. And in fact, I might even put a bed in the top layer of the mine room at the moment, just to stop delays, stop me having to go up and down them bloody stairs, or going back to the house. Because I figure this is probably going to take quite some time. And I don't think I've even got any armour at the moment. There was an incident involving me, you little shitbag, pardon my French. Yeah, so at some point, I think it's when me and Stu were messing around in Nether, and I haven't bothered crafting any armour since then. I don't tend to fight the monsters much, because I'm all kind of about the building and anything else. I'm sure I'll get to a point where I need to, but as it stands, again, it seems like a bit of a waste of resource for something I'm not really going to use much of. Actually, I think I might have a spare bed in the house. Weird bits and bobs that I'm going to get back to. I do plan on digging this bit out and continuing the water around so that my house is surrounded by water. Don't know. Nothing I'd ever really dreamed of in the real world, but I do sometimes holiday in a boathouse and it's lovely. So I wonder whether that's kind of been my inspiration for living on the water. Right. Have I got a bed? Probably not, but I can just make one. Can you see a bed? I reckon it'd be in those two if I had one. What am I missing? Okay. Actually. Yeah, one of the strange things about playing this, and as I say, at the moment we've got 3 of us in this world. So there's Stu, I podcast with, Stu's wife Amanda. They are working on an epic build of a castle, and it is bloody huge and quite amazing to see. And to say, my mate Kenny, and I think we all really enjoy it. But I think we probably get different things out of it. And again, I guess it's what makes this so weirdly popular, is that there's no set way of doing it. Like, there are kind of end game parameters that you can go to, but I've just got zero desire to get to any of that. I'm not in the slightest bit bothered about, I guess, having a long-term goal in it. And yeah, will I do some stuff now? I mean, I must admit, I didn't think I was going to do the gate to the Nether um, for a long while, if at all. And it was only because Stu and Amanda were looking for, I think, some Nether quartz for their build. And I just thought, do you know what? Let's be helpful. I had nothing to sort of kind of do on the game at that point, so I thought let's just build one up. And again, like, a weird sense of community playing on like something like this. You kind of go, well, they need something, I can get it. Let's help them out. This is the other thing that happens sort of post-night. If it's not a zombie, so if it's a skeleton or a creeper and or a spider, they kind of don't disappear in the daytime. So you end up having to, well, I say you end up having to take care of them. You could just leg it and go nowhere near them, but they're a pain in the balls hanging around. So okay, right. So I don't. Oh, I'm going to say I don't think this area is big enough. This is another thing that I struggle a lot with on this game, is thinking I need the whole planet. I'll show you Water Mountain, something that in theory was a project, but isn't a project. It is something I'm going to get rid of, because it was a strange obsession I got with seeing whether I could flood the world or whether I could remove all subsequent blocks and just let water levitate in the middle of the air, which I think I can do. So yeah, my desire to do it anymore has fallen off the edge of the cliff. I care not for Water Mountain anymore, and I think there's probably some way using dirt that I can isolate probably the starting water bricks so that I could dissipate it all at this point. And I presume this isn't coming up on the stream because of the headset that I'm wearing, but the other nice thing about this is that, because there's no, I guess, storyline to it, no voice acting, there are some game sounds which are quite handy to hear sometimes if some little evil creature is creeping up on you, but it means I can just kind of play this and have some music on in the background, and again, the music will change depending on the mood, and I'm saying it, I'm guessing you can't hear this. Oh, PS, yeah, here's some more kind of areas to get into the mine. Yeah, probably should check whether it can be heard or not, because I'm sure there's something about streaming on YouTube, copyrighted music, etc., etc. Yeah, so this is what in effect was going to be Water Mountain. So I was going to dig every piece of resource under here and just see whether the water stayed held up, which, as I say, I think it would do. But there is an argument that says stop being an idiot, stop doing stupid stuff like this, get a life, I guess, is another argument. But also I think the problem is things can spawn down here, and probably when I join up with this bit with mine 1, or probably more importantly with Kenny's mine, because we are adjoined now, and I'm thinking of like kind of just giving up all this space for him to gut out and get his resources, that having all this water up here would probably cause cave flooding, which would be no help to anyone. But yeah, something for another day. Something for probably a late night stream where I get really frustrated at how I've put 8,000 blocks of dirt down and still the water exists. So let's just clear clear down a couple more strips here, and let's start laying some blocks down to see if I can find a shape. Now, obviously, this game's been out for years, and there's tons of content out there for it, and thank God, because quite often I have to watch it to find out how to do stuff. I said earlier about automation of certain tasks and certain ways of doing it. Well, there's no necessarily imperative to rush towards anything, but I do think at certain points I will automate maybe some stuff around like some farming stuff or some basic resource gathering stuff like wood, things like that, because I have a lot of time to kill, but I do figure there'll be certain points where I won't want to kill it doing this sort of thing anymore, and having basic shit available to me when I need it would be good. So I'm kind of clearing as much of this tree out that I can. It's a bit higher, but I figured when I get to the build, because it's going to be in and around this area, I'll just climb up on the building and finish it off. So, dirt. Right, as I say, let's put some blocks down. Already, I like a two-door entrance. I like them to look like this. So, okay. So I figure if it's going to have storage, I'll have double crates. I think I want something to break them up, so I figure I want that to be 5 wide. My God, this is going to be very basic. But as I say, I'm hoping that my horrendous use of a colour palette makes it look slightly different. So say that's 5 wide there. You could have 5 wide here. 5 wide here. And you might have noticed already that I'm going back and counting everything straight away. And I can't help myself. Because even though I'm counting it as I'm doing it, in my head I go, was that 5? And 5's not a hard number. Already butting up against that tree. Time for some clearing. Because of my idea of using garish colours, at first I was thinking I might try and build something closer to Kenny's house and have it as kind of joint storage, which I'm more than happy for it to be joint storage. As I say, I'm a very sharing kind of person on this game. But he seems to have put a lot of time and effort into his house. Like the layering he's done it, and I feel like he has a plan, and I feel like he possibly has some secret skills or desires to be an architect. You know, like he watched Changing Rooms when he was a kid, and now he's sort of taking out there. So what I thought is, I don't want to put a bloody eyesore right next to it. So this way, he's got the option of using it or going, I'm not going anywhere near that building because it's fucking horrible. So how on earth have I done this wrong already? I said 5's an easy number. Clearly too hard for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, oh, it's 'cause that's 6. You dick. Right. I forgot because of that door. Okay, so I think that could work as a basic shape. I figured if I have storage all along the walls, again, I'll have a big amount of space in the middle that I don't really have anything, but I can put crafting tables in. But I figure this way, hopefully, everything's going to be reasonably easy to get to. Although, I've just thought, I don't think that will work. Because if I'm going to have double storage, we're going to hit a problem in the corners. And this is how builds get bigger and bigger and bigger. So probably what I want is the walls to be 7 wide in those areas, so that I can have probably a double wide storage crate, chest, and then have like a pillar breaking them up probably, and then either side of them, again, another pillar, so that we've not got stuff jammed into the corners. Yeah, okay. Right, so, and again, like, I guess this is why it's not the worst thing in the world, kind of building stuff in dirt beforehand, because it allows for very little resource and very little time to be able to just tool around what a structure's going to look like. So I'll figure out the door afterwards. So if we're going to go this way, we would say that actually that would be 7. Oh man, there's loads of creepers around here. They're the worst, by the way. I say they kind of sneak up on you. They're just tooling around, and generally they sneak up on me because I'm not paying enough attention, and then they explode. And at this point, it doesn't really do much kind of damage to me personally, or kill us very often. But especially if it's around somewhere where you've been building, or if you're currently through a build, they're annoying as shit because you have to redo everything you've already done. Okay, so I'd have 7 across there. So I figure these sides can stay the same, so it doesn't. So it's not a cube. Obviously, it just needs shifting back because I can still have double wide, double. Can I? Yeah. No, I can't. Okay, yeah, that's going to be. So what, that'd be 8, 7 either side. Jesus, this is going to be huge. So yeah, 3, 3 with the 2 gap there. And as you can see, like when you place these blocks, they're dirt, but because they're near grass, grass will grow in it, and at some point, I intend to use dyed grass or dyed grass seed to try and have some sort of rainbow effect of the grass around it. Probably mean I'll dig out this area, so I've got a bit more grass at the front that's coloured, because I guess that will be my entrance in. Probably something I can do with a path as well, but like I said earlier, I'll probably regret building quite as close as I am to the mine. But even that, I mean, in theory, I was going to build something at the top layer of the mine and probably have that as my storage building, which I guess I could still do, but no, I don't like it, and I'll probably get rid of this at some point and just build some sort of cave entrance. So we'll probably have a bit more space to play with. So I'll carry on with this. Probably a testament to planning better here. Is, I guess if I was making a YouTube video, like a traditional one, I'd have thought about it and gone, right, what am I going to do? But I guess there's a small hope that from inept starts, some genius may come. That I might sort of hit on something. But again, I mean, primarily it's got to be functional, I guess is the truth. And ideally not look shit, but functional. So yeah, so what I've learned is I'm going to need to dig out some more and probably off stream. He says hopefully off stream. I'll probably level out all this area. As I say, if I'm going to do like some sort of coloured grass effect, I probably want it to spread out quite some way. But yeah, now is about foundations. So I need this one more string here. Yeah, as I say, like, I won't constantly stream this because I've got a life. But hopefully, over the course of time, even if this does turn out to be an horrific eyesore, the sort that local planning commission people would ask me to tear down, you should at least see it progressing from going from dirt on the floor to walls, proper walls, a roof even, wowzers, and yeah, hopefully some weird rainbow colouring. So what do I want here? I want 7, don't I? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, and also a lot of the streams will probably just me down the mine, digging repeatedly, and every now and again going, "All diamonds." And I guess when people stream, like proper streamers, shall we say, they tend to have a schedule. You know, I'm not doing it in that regard. I'm not doing it for that purpose. This is kind of, in my life, I get a certain amount of time to game, and I'll jump on here and stream it. But generally, I'll probably only jump on here and stream it if Andrew's not about. Because as I say, she probably doesn't want to be recorded in the background and doesn't want to overly be sitting in a room with me talking out loud about this game. Bad placement. And I might introduce, I was saying like, I'm listening to music, so at the moment I'm listening to like some dude has done I guess a tribute, probably the right word, but music from the movies, the Studio Ghibli movies, and on a lot of the tracks kind of put a hip hop beat in the background, and I find that sort of stuff relaxing to listen to. And I don't even know if I can do this on the PlayStation, and again, I don't know if legally I can do it for copyright infringements and stuff like that, but I might add some music into the background of these if I don't end up in jail, or probably more importantly, if I can figure out how to do it. God, what's the matter with me? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7. Now, if my counting's right, which it wasn't last time, this should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Counting genius. An educational and fun stream, clearly. I'm looking at the animals. Oh, there's a zombie over there. Looking at the animals, one of the things you can do in the game is you can tame the animals. And, like, so for example, I think Kenny's got some cows tamed, and then obviously you can milk them and use them for food. I'm kind of trying to figure out in my head whether that's something I want to get into, or whether that's counteractive to what I'm trying to have as me Minecraft character, for want of a better term. Like, he's trying to lead a vegan lifestyle. And I think we've probably covered this on the podcast. If anyone's watching this has listened to the podcast, I'm not a vegan. I probably will become one. Like the idea of it. I'm a vegetarian as it stands at the moment because my morals are often trumped by my laziness. But that being said, it's a bit easier in theory in this game. Now, not overly easy, because the easiest way to get food is to eat meat, but easy and right is different. And as you saw there, I just nabbed some meat. I am currently, if I can scavenge meat that has been killed by animals in game, then yeah, I will cook that up. I will eat it. It's why I've got that kind of meat on hand. But yeah, sorry. So get back to the having cows, and I think he's got wolves as well. And I'm guessing the chickens in the game would be quite handy for eggs, but kind of that's not vegan. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether I am. Originally, I thought one of the first things I built after my house was a zoo, but not sure whether it vibes with me. So we shall see. But I'll figure that out as we go along. So yeah, structurally, not the prettiest shape ever. It is effectively probably just a slightly ajar square. But having said that, I think messing with the outside of it might be the thing to do rather than changing the shape. You can't do things on diagonals in this game. And when I say that's a lie, obviously diagonals do exist, but for example, placing crates. So if you place 2 crates side by side, they create a double crate, which you can, I think, looks better and takes up less of the space in your world for storage. So that's kind of what I want to do in here for the mega storage. But you can't do that on a diagonal. So they would just be 2 single ones. There might be the odd couple of single ones here and there for resources that I don't use much, or I say don't use much, probably won't be able to gather a lot of. But yeah, I don't know. Like, that's the way to do it. You can use barrels, but again, I'm not fantastically interested in using barrels. Now, talking of putting the crates in, so I've kind of marked out this area, but I think when you come into the building, there'll be some stairs here, I think. Just a single set of steps. Because I think this level that I'm on here will be the ground. Because I am planning on making some dyed concrete for concrete flooring. I did do a lot of dyed concrete for my house build, but it was all the same colour. And I think I built that about 2 years ago. And I remember it not being a pain in the arse. However, I think it might be a pain in the arse. So I guess we shall see on that front as to whether I do that. There's a lot of effort you kind of have to go in to make concrete dust, then to dye it, then to turn it into concrete blocks. But maybe. And again, probably not worth the effort 'cause it's probably going to look terrible if and when I actually do it anyway. But in this area, as I say, I think I'll kind of go with this as a theory. I will shoot off in a minute to make myself a cup of tea and have a cigarette, but I think I'll probably offline stick maybe an hour or two more in on this, clear out the surrounding area a bit, make some chests, and probably just place them in here to see what in theory it looks like before I start to build up around it. Yeah, as I say, one of the primary reasons for this is the requirement for a lot of storage, but what I want is to not have to run around quite so much. So I figured if there's chests here, 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 that's fine. They'll all be relatively accessible. And if you follow that round, as I said, possibly slightly bigger than I wanted to, but I don't have to run down a massive oblong road to get to what I want. Everything's relatively accessible, I think, with this shape, but we shall see. Anyway, that's enough for a bit of Saturday morning mining. For anyone who's watching this after the fact, hope you enjoy it, and I'll be on here again at some point in the future.